Chaps! I discovered something better than a T-pose.
Okay.
An oily T-zone?
No.
A clean T-zone?
But something you could wear while pulling a T-pose. It's a BigRedBarel t-shirt. You need to be wearing when you're doing a T-pose.
Like this one?
If you find yourself in the exactly one that you're wearing, Tim. If you find yourself in animatory purgatory and find yourself forced into a T-pose because someone's forgotten your keyframes, well, good news. You can now look cool while doing that. You just need to go to tpublic.com/stores/BRB.
Whoa!
And you too can find not only T-shirts, but T-face masks and T-mugs to put your tea in.
I don't have a mug to... Oh, Tim's doing what? For the benefit of those on audio, Tim is pulling up different products that he has.
I have a mask.
Yeah, Tim is actually...
I can't drink while in the mask is the only disadvantage of the combos of things. But otherwise, all good. I'm gonna take
Still
the mask
doesn't
off.
shut you up, that mask, though, does it?
He could put it in his mouth, that might help. Tim, could you just put the mask in your mouth, ball it up, just stick it in the back of your throat, and see what happens.
All right, okay. Now, while these two engage in some light adult play, I'm just going to remind you once again to go to tpublic.com/stores/BRB. Find all of the things you need for a sartorial elegance there, apart from maybe some pants. We don't do those yet.
Yet.
tpublic.com/stores.
Buy our merch!
BRB UK. Worse teeth, better accents.
Hello, and indeed, ahoy, and welcome to episode 491 of BRB UK. I am Dan, I'm one of your hosts. Good day to you all. Are we well? Coleman's twerking. That's making me feel awkward.
I'm not sure that's twerking.
It's
I don't want confirmation either way, Cole.
You don't know
think
what I'm
just
doing below the camera.
Exactly.
I'm just assuming he is, to be fair. He's got a look of mischief.
No,
and he's moving his booty. That's all I know.
Swiggity swooty.
Yeah, anyway, talking of an arse that just won't quit. Tim, how are you doing? You all right?
Best intro ever. Yeah. It's been a busy week,
right?
but a good one, basically. So, yeah, not bad at all. Just a little tired.
Excellent. Only a little tired.
Only a little tired.
And Mr. Coleman, how's life in the top secret world of hamburger merchandising?
Is that what I'm doing now? I thought I worked in a petrol station.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I meant petrol station.
Hi. It's been a really good day where I have spent the last 4 or 5 hours locked in a server room, which every petrol station has, as we know. So.
Yes.
My ears have gone a bit mad from fans just constantly going.
Just cheering your name, yeah?
Machines.
Coleman.
Listeners of the show often come down to the Shell garage and go, Coleman.
Cheer you on.
You sell that.
Get you through your 12-hour shift.
You sell that token to enable you into the car wash to have a platinum wash.
Yeah. Lovely. Well, Coleman, good for you.
Good
for you for keeping that going.
Good.
Yes. So, chaps, we actually managed to play some games by the looks of things.
Oh, yeah.
We're making a habit of this.
Which is a little bit... I know, right? Coleman, I want to talk to you about your games, is what I want to do.
I
want to talk to you about... Yeah.
That never
I want
happens.
to talk to you about Soundfall. That's what I want to talk to you about.
That's cool, because we were talking about this last week in that it had been revealed at a Nintendo Direct that Soundfall was coming out on the day of the Direct. Although it wasn't a Direct, it was an Indie World showcase. I always mix those things up. And I said that I was particularly excited about this because me and Tim had actually played this game 5 years ago, I think it was, in an
Hot
EGX
off
event.
the presses.
When was it? It was in Birmingham EGX, so it was a while ago.
Yeah, it was the last one before lockdown.
4 years, 5 years?
I would say
Brom
3.5.
Well, 3.5 would be the London EGX, wouldn't it? And then before that, so it'd be 4 years ago. Surely.
Was it definitely Birmingham?
Oh my God, this
Surely.
is the best story ever. Please continue.
I don't know. Anyway,
I'm pretty sure.
Some years.
Soundfall. And I was very excited about this because this is a rhythm game that doesn't play like a regular rhythm game. I'm thinking it like Buster Groove is one of my favorite games. I love Parappa the Rapper. Like a lot of these types of rhythmy games, I always get excited for a new version of this. This one, imagine like a Diablo type game, that kind of perspective and action style, but with a bit of shmup thrown in. However, you're doing everything in time to the rhythm of the beat, to paraphrase one rhythm machine, and getting a different round of soundtracks and being warped into this world and trying to shoot enemies and do different maneuvers and stuff while keeping the rhythm, keeping the beat, and switching between various weapons and stuff. So I love that idea. It's finally out. I picked this up on the PS5, and I had a really good time with it. However, this...
Right, I noticed past tense.
Yeah. No, I'm still having a really good time with it. I've beaten the first world in the game and gone through and done all. Not right now, because we're doing a podcast at this time, Tim.
Okay.
No, because Tim's terrible internet lag. He hasn't realised we're doing that
yet.
Yeah.
I spoke about a similar game recently, which I picked up in the... Well, no, actually, I think we've sent this, which I was talking about. I've completely forgotten the name of it, but it was a first-person shooter where you had to do everything in rhythm. And my complaint was there wasn't enough variation to the soundtrack that you were doing. Everything was like the same kind. It felt like the same guitar track, slightly different, more kind of like a movie theme tune, and they change it up for different parts of the movie, but they keep that same song.
One central theme sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah. There's an operatic word for it, and I've completely blanking on what that is. But
crescendo?
Anyway, crescendo. No, I don't think it's crescendo.
Fortissimo?
Sure, why not? Let's go with that. It sounds cool.
Yeah.
Dan just likes saying Italian things.
Lasagna?
It's a lasagna. That's right, Dan.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, good.
With this one, they've solved that fact in that that problem I had by doing different types of soundtrack. It's all like pop and EDM and dance music. Like it's all that kind of. There's nothing too hard and heavy in it. It's all kind of frilly, upbeat tempo, pop music, dance music, EDM music. But there's enough variation in it to keep me going. The problem I had is most of my gaming is done when I finished work and I've come home and I've done some housework and I've done the cooking and the cleaning and stuff and settled down, had dinner, and they go, right, I'm going to play an hour of video games and then I'm going to go to bed. With this one, playing any game that follows a metronome, it's putting me to sleep while I play it.
Right.
So, however, when I play this game
on a
weekend morning, yeah, it's lulling me to sleep. However, when I was playing this game on like a Saturday morning and had full of beans and a coffee with me and good to go, I was absolutely enjoying this.
When you could survive a lullaby, yeah?
Yeah, exactly that. It's got enough. I mean, it's going to be repetitive because it is a rhythm-based game. It's the same problem I had with like what was the Crypt to the Necrodancer?
Crypt to the Necrodancer.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
I thought that was a corking game.
Yeah, I really liked that game, but I had a similar problem. If I was too tired playing it, it was kind of lulling me off following the metronome.
So what's different about this then, compared to Crypt to the Necrodancer?
So Crypt to the Necrodancer, it's very strict in what you're doing. It's like you're moving on the beat, attacking on the beat, and everything is on the beat. This one is you're moving at your own pace. It's the shooting and the special moves, dodging, any kind of variation to that you are. That's when you have to heat the beat. One of the things...
Heat the beat.
One of the things that everything's kind of done in floating kind of platform areas, and to get past platform sections, you have to platform on the beat. You have to do combos on the beat. You have to do special moves on the beat. You have variations in weapons that some may be a case of you have a shotgun and you have to shoot the shotgun on the beat, but you have to miss a beat to reload. And in that you can do a dash move and then go back to shotgun. Or you might have a machine gun where you just have to hit the one fire on the beat and then wait for the thing to run out and then do the next one on the beat. And it's that kind of balance, which I'm having a lot of fun with this game on. I've gone through and I've done the first world, and I've gone back through and tried to kind of 100% all the levels I can. You're graded on whether you get attacked, if a hit hits you, or if you miss a beat. So perfect runs are quite difficult to do. Like, I'm trying to go through and perfect the first world, getting 100% on everything and doing all the side paths and stuff before I go off and start on the different worlds. But yeah, it's a very fun game.
I've heard that one of the problems that Soundfall has is that there actually isn't much in the way of variety in the levels, or indeed kind of how it kind of pulls you in. That it's not kind of it. The music becomes more complex to keep the beat with. It just throws more enemies at you. I mean, do you feel it does enough, like trying to really make the music part of the game, or is it just all a bit one note, for want of a better way of putting it?
You're not getting a complex rhythm game like you would like a Guitar Hero or Audio Serve, I think it was called back in the day, or anything like that. It is literally you're going on the beat. So any kind of complex nature to the game is just, can you hit the beat as it's getting faster and faster depending on the song you're playing. So it is repetitive in that nature. However, it's a £25 around about there. It varies on different platforms. £25 game. I think for that, and if you enjoy rhythm games, I think there's enough there for you. Certainly is for me. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this one.
Good for you. You do you, Coleman.
Thank you. It's also 4-player multiplayer to play, I think.
That's a lot of multis to play with.
I think you can do 4-player cooperative. So if there's anyone, because I don't know anyone that's picked this up, if there's anyone playing this on PS5, let me know, and then we can have some fun times with this game, because it's got a banging old soundtrack.
Yeah, banging old soundtrack. Yes, you heard that right.
Normally, I would say, co-op game, let's play Coleman, but you don't want to play a musical rhythm game with me, I'm afraid, Coleman. No, I would ruin it for you.
No, because you...
Not with your lag.
You have the music timing of a bin. Being kicked down the stairs.
Of a bin?
Like music.
Is quite an obtuse insult.
Yeah. Well, you say that, Dan, but have you seen Stomp?
Yes. That. Is Tim like the live show?
No,
yes.
He's like the guy outside the building trying to audition for Stomp, even though no one asked him to.
Right.
Just banging the bins outside.
Just randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On the streets.
Good for you, Tim.
Yeah.
A little peek into my personal life. On my way home today, I saw a man outside a pub chase a pigeon before assaulting a parasol until he snapped it in half. I'm talking that level of rhythm.
Nice. Wow.
True story.
Man, I miss London.
Paravel's funny.
We just have stabbings and shootings in Slough. We don't have random assaults against road furniture. Oh, Tim, do you want to tell us about a game then?
Yes, I will do, especially as I was given a review.
Because you were quite excited about this game last week, I seem to remember.
I quite like the look of it from, I think, again, it was announced on the Indie World Showcase that we talked about last week. And yeah, it's one that came to Switch. I was kind of given a review code for it. Yeah, it's a game called Mini Motorways, and it's a little puzzle game about connecting destinations with people's homes. And it's a kind of traffic management sim, basically, but a simplified, stripped down management sim where you're not planting the different buildings. They just randomly appear in places, and you're just charged with connecting them up initially with just roads, and then it kind of expands a bit and gives you bridges and eventually tunnels.
Gussied up roads.
Yeah, gussied up roads.
Bridges.
I mean, it's just roads that go over water and roads that go through hills, basically. But yeah, and it's got
Bridges
a series.
What will they think of next?
Yep. It's got a series of it's also got a couple of other little extra bits that come up. And at the end of every month, I think it comes up with a choice of various different upgrades, and they are usually either the aforementioned tunnels or bridges, but they can also be roundabouts and traffic lights and things that help you manage basically the traffic flow through your city.
So the setup is then kind of, you say every month makes it sound like you are sitting around for a month waiting for anything even
that's just
vaguely
the bonus
excitement to happen.
Yeah,
but it's all like a kind of SimCity sped up time, isn't it?
You're not planting buildings, but they just randomly appear after a period of time, and you need to connect everything up and make sure the traffic flows properly, basically. There is a variety of levels, and they each come with a slightly different environmental challenge. Initially, those usually in the form of water, and then eventually in the form of mountains that you have to tunnel through. But each level also comes with a set of challenges that you can go back and do that are usually a set of different restrictions on that level, like only ever having one motorway and doing certain other sort of factors as well. And if you go into that challenge, you get to play through the level with those sort of conditions having to be met as well.
So you've been playing this on Switch, but it's also out for iOS as well.
Yeah,
because I have been playing a wee bit of it on Apple Arcade as well. So I'm really interested to hear how it might be different on Switch. So is it touchscreen entirely on Switch?
I mean, you can use the touchscreen. It's generally buttons and controllers and sort of on-screen prompts that you can navigate between with the thumbstick, but you can just jump in and press on something on screen as well. It's one thing I found occasionally that the interface can get a little bit tricky in terms of, no, I want to delete that road and put another road there, and it doesn't always respond. While I'm on the technical side of things, I had one complete hard crash, which seemed fairly random, but it did seem to save most of my information just before that crash, so that wasn't too bad.
But because the reason I ask is because, like, on iOS, obviously, surprise, surprise, it's entirely touch based, and I had that problem where it wasn't actually as accurate as it needed to be, and some of the gestures were a bit counterintuitive, I found. Like, I found myself zooming in when I wanted to move or laying road down when I meant to move, and it all just got... Because it can get quite frenetic, I found, until you discover the pause button where they can just go, all right, we'll lay the roads out at peace, which is a pro tip, by the way, because if you try and do it in real time, it's actually quite a stressful experience, I found.
That really did help me go to the next level in the game in terms of going from, just ticking over a little bit to going over. The other thing I found was a problem. I don't know if you found this when playing it on the iPhone as well, that sometimes it doesn't feel like it's giving you the right tools to overcome the challenges it's given you. Like, in terms of, I really need a bridge. Give me a bridge at the end of the month, and it keeps on going, would you like traffic lights or roundabouts? You're like, no, I need a bridge. And
would you like more traffic lights? No.
Yeah, and sometimes you can get a game-ending condition just because you hadn't already thought to have multiple bridges in your back pocket, kind of thing, just in case you needed them for a rainy day.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think aesthetically...
Or a big hill.
Yeah, I think aesthetically it looks really nice. I kind of really like the simple, stripped down kind of graphics. And I'm kind of on board with the simple, stripped down gameplay. You said, like, about sitting around for a month and stuff, and you also said about pausing, but you can also fast forward it at points as well. I kind of like to sit back and just watch and make sure everything's actually working and kind of plan ahead a little bit more. But yeah, it's the type.
You are the maddest of lads.
It's the type of game that I was attracted to, and there was a reason why I was attracted to it. But yeah, I really quite like it. I think you have to kind of get over the giving up the complete control of planning a city that you would with a full Sim City style experience. But then this is very much about the traffic management, and that's what it gives you to do. So I can see me playing more of it, even though I've kind of reviewed it, which is always a good sign. And I can see me going back and playing other levels that I've kind of rushed through a little bit and going back and actually trying the challenges. And all of that kind of, adds to the appeal of the game. The levels do change the gameplay a little bit level to level. And as I said, with the different challenges and stuff, there's not a massive difference there, but there's enough replay value from going back in and playing the challenges and having the different levels unlock as you go through that I think you'll get a fair degree of gameplay out of it. If you have access to Apple Arcade, maybe try it on that. But the one possible advantage of the Switch is that you do have the buttons and the thumbsticks. I would say that wouldn't necessarily eradicate all control problems, but it would probably get over a few of the annoyances and fiddly bits with doing stuff. The one thing is, you said about zooming in. I couldn't find a way to zoom in at any point, but I don't know if that's absent from the Switch version or Possibly, but that's not normally a Switch thing. And if it was, there'd normally be a button equivalent for doing that. But yeah, I'll look into that and report.
Have
back
you tried
possibly.
it though, Tim?
For the benefit of those on audio, me and Dan were both reverse outward pinching, reverse
outward
pinching,
pinching, inward pinching.
But I think
Finger
I tried that.
Spreading and pinching, as I like to call it.
Ooh.
But yeah, not sure about that one. But yeah, otherwise it's
Breading
kind of
with your digits.
stripped down game. It's nice and zen. I would say it's a reasonable second screen game, but only with the addition of the pause button, as Dan mentioned. That really does,
you totally have to
really
be
does
on
help
it sometimes.
when things start sprouting up out of nowhere and you need to connect a load of things at once. Just pause, sort it all out, and then go back in and let it continue. That's a good plan. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. It's good fun. How much is it on the Switch?
I'm guessing. All right, let's play a guessing game while you look this up, somebody.
I'll look it up.
I would like to say...
Love that we're all...
What would I think? Because it's like £5. I think if you bought it standalone, it's probably about £5. Nice.
Yeah, it's hard to do on the store when you've already bought it. Well, or not bought it in this case.
It's available on Steam for $10, so about £8.
$11.99. Yes, $11.99.
Ooh.
I would say
$11.99.
No, $11.99, Dan.
Don't trick
Just
me.
$11.99.
That's numbers for idiots.
Buy
I'm
now
sorry.
and pay later.
I'd say $11.99.
Make questionable financial decisions. Buy a bloke who can't say £11.99.
Is a little on the high side, but I think you'd get a good few hours gameplay out of it to get a return on that investment, possibly. But maybe look out for it in a sale and pick it up when it's on the cheap.
It's not an investment, Tim. You call a lot of things an investment, Tim.
It's an investment of time, Dan. Investment of time.
Would it be worth the investment if it was part of a mobile video games subscription platform, i.e., say, like Apple Arcade?
Apple Arcade!
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think you can... Wow, okay. That was
very rhythmic response.
That went in an unexpected direction.
Mm-hmm.
Did you forget to take the batteries out again, Tim?
We've all gone a bit Matt Berry today.
Mm-hmm. So there we go, Mini Motorways. Get it for some money on Switch and get it as part of a monthly subscription, which you may or may not use.
I love some money.
I know
some money is good.
You love some money.
Gimme.
I love some money.
Giz it.
Do you want me to tell you about something that's not very much money?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to say it. Vampire Survivors.
Okay. This is on the way to Game Pass, right?
Correct.
Yes, and Kev said it's one of his...
This is very much on the way to Game Pass.
Yeah, friend of the show, Kev, said it's one of his favourite games of this year, I think.
Yeah, I blame Kevin for this.
Okay.
I haven't quite sunk the mad amount of hours that he has into it.
Right.
I've only played about 2 hours or so. Kev has already sunk about 18 hours. Get off of my land! Yeah, exactly. So Vampire Survivors is a game you can get now on Steam, winging its way to Xbox Game Pass. It is early access at the moment, so there are some rough corners. There are some little rough edges, but at its core, this is a roguelike. Again, flavour of the month, evidently. But one where the only controls you have to adjust your destiny is the left thumbstick and what direction you go. That's it. Everything else, all of your attacks are automated. You cannot, by and large, direct them. And what you've got to do is fight your way through endless hordes. Endless, I tell you.
Endless.
Hordes of beasties, ne'er-do-wellers, zombies, mummies, bats.
Daddies.
The occasional mantis.
HP.
All of those things. So that... describing that, you go, what, I can't control my own attacks? That sounds a bit rubbish. Oh, and there's also literally hundreds of monsters on the screen at once sometimes. But it's actually a really good pared down bit of fun. It can be kind of quite, I know you used this before, to kind of almost strangely zen. It's all about carving a path through the enemies with the weapons that you've got and trying to avoid them. And as you go, you unlock more and more collectibles, which, surprise, surprise, it's a roguelike, and kind of can eventually unlock permanent stat boosts for your character, like luck or the amount of damage, and already said, new items that will drop. And I think that I haven't quite got to the point yet where like my base stats allow me to always keep just one step ahead of the kind of endless onslaught that gets thrown at you, because if you haven't got enough DPS, enough damage per second to kill everything around you, you're going to die. And it's not going you're going to find yourself in a situation that you can't fight your way out of. But if you...
I have a question,
if you're lucky and if you kind of spec out the right things, you can get it. It's good fun. Yes, Tim?
I'm sorry, yeah, I have a question. Are you when it says vampire survivor, are you a surviving vampire, or are you trying to survive vampires, an attack of vampires?
Can I be quite honest with you?
Yep.
Not a flipping clue.
Right.
Don't know. All I know is that I can wander about and stab things in the head.
Right.
With some degree of randomness. But yeah, I mean, it's really good. I mean, I haven't got to the stage of even boss fights yet, because there are literally so many enemies you need to absolutely rinse your way through. But I can feel it starting to get its little claws into me, I have to say. It's like, oh, just one more go. Just one more go. All right, I wonder if I get this selection of power-ups this time. And I can start to see that kind of if you, one of the things you love about Diablo is having that little kind of dopamine hit of seeing big numbers get bigger and things just explode all over the place. This is a great game for you.
Or just buy a calculator.
Really, Tim?
Well, if you like to see big numbers get bigger, get a big old Casio calculator.
But what if you hit the subtract button? What if you hit the subtract or the divide button, Tim? What then?
Only crazy people subtract and divide, Dan. Everyone else just multiplies.
What if you find yourself trying to take a logarithm of a negative number, Tim? That's not a number. That's not something that can get bigger, is it?
Fool's errand.
Call that a number? Now that's a number.
Jeez, Tim, seriously. Sometimes you're just so obtuse. It's ridiculous. Anyway, but one of the things about this game is guess what? It's in a retro pixel art style, with some characters that look suspiciously familiar from 8-bit Castlevanias. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say there's been any IP infringement, but they look very similar. Very similar. Not to the degree where they're called Byman Selmont or anything like that, but pretty close. So, why am I talking about this game? Why did I segue into it like I did? Because this game will cost you £2.
Oh my God.
On Steam. £2. And genuinely worth every single little penny. I can see if my Steam Deck ever appears, this will be, frankly, the piles I'm going to get courtesy of playing this on the bog are going to be apocalyptic, because it is one of those games where you will just keep on playing and having another go, and it's top toilet gaming.
Play far too many games on the toilet.
From that point of view. But it'll be worth them. It'll be worth every one of those grapes, I tell you.
If I may, it's because it's a bullet hell, right?
Yes.
Yes, and it's giving me...
not a bullet hell. It's not. You don't get shot at. Well, I haven't been shot at yet. I just have undead things with pointy sticks wanting to make my insides outsides.
Okay. Bullet hell, if you're the one... Well, you're not shooting, though, are you?
You're throwing stuff. You've got spears, you've got whips,
the point I'm trying to get to is it's got that very low budget kind of recycled look to it, and
not IP infringement, recycled,
yes,
upcycled. They've upcycled some 8-bit assets.
It's giving me big vibes of the game. I don't know if you ever played I Made a Game with Zombies in it.
Yes, very much like that.
Yeah,
actually.
Which was also a £2 game, I think.
But £2 is absolute steal. Seriously.
Also, everyone go play.
I'm having much fun with it. I'm having much fun with this game, and I think you will too. It's obviously got a way to go before it's ready for prime time. There are some very rough corners in it.
Yeah.
But I don't think for £2 you can really go that wrong. And if it's come to Game Pass soon as well, happy days
lack
will
of
be had
anti-aliasing.
Sweet.
Well, not that so much. It does really weird pixel doubling nonsense.
Going with
it can look a bit
edges,
jaggy.
Dan. Rough edges. Jaggy.
No, I know what anti-aliasing is. I know what anti-aliasing is, young fella, my lad. But yes. Sorry, that was just completely random interjection from Tim. Now I've got very confused. Found myself down a dark alleyway where I'm now wondering what aliasing is and why I would want to anti it.
Pretty good.
A bit like fungibles. How you would Why would I want something that's non-fungible? Well, how can I funge? I want to funge.
These tokens
so
are
I want to. I just want to funge.
These ones are far away.
Dan, this wants to funge.
So anyway, I just want to funge. That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
Want to funge. But anyway, yes. Vampire Survivor, £2 on Steam, great game, come to Xbox Game Pass. Will probably be great there as well. So, pick it up.
Groovy.
That means we're down to one game.
Speaking of groovy.
And that one game is yours,
Then there was
Coleman.
one.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to hear about this game because I'm getting big Friday the 13th vibes from it, and I'm trying to struggle to...
Yeah, you are right to get big Friday the 13th vibes from this. So I've been playing Evil Dead, the game. Just when, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, I went, well, we're done for all the big games now until Gotham Knights comes out or something like that. And then Gotham Knights got pushed back. Because I completely forgotten about Evil Dead, the game, as did most people. Because not only was there no review cycle for Evil Dead, the game pre-release, but also... there's seemingly no advertising for Evil Dead, the game. I literally...
Yeah!
I can't remember how I found out that this was coming out. I think I'm literally just watching a video of someone else going, here's a bunch of games coming out. Oh, Evil Dead, the game. You might not know it was coming out. So I didn't know it was coming out. Thank you very much.
I'd forgotten it was coming out until you said so.
Yes, I'll get up front with it. It's £35 on all platforms. I think there's a £45 version you can pay for, £50 that you can get like the deluxe edition with extra costumes and stuff. Not really worth it. Just go for the £35 version. This is what, and you're right to say Friday the 13th vibes, Dan, because this is a survival horror multiplayer where where your opponent is either AI or human controlled, much like Friday the 13th, and it's based off a horror movie game, which is becoming it's becoming a genre in itself now after Predator and Friday the 13th. So Ghostbusters coming up around the corner as well. You play a team of 4 different characters based on the Evil Dead franchise, whether that be the Evil Dead 1 or 2, Army of Darkness, or the series that I've completely forgotten the name of. I'm blanking on all of a sudden. Book of the Evil Dead, something like that. Anyway. And you have to go off against a
Book of the Dead?
Cantarian demon, I think it's called. Cantarian demon.
Right.
That sounds right.
As you do.
So you get one person playing the Cantarian demon, and the objective is, if you're the human characters, then you have to go out and complete a set amount of objectives that are randomized to each level, those levels being themed on each movie or the TV show. So initially you have to go off and find map pieces. Once you've found the map pieces, then it will tell you where to go off and find MacGuffins that you need in requirement to beat the game. So that could be the dagger that's seen in the movie, the Necronomicon, and then do all the goodness to beat a level. I say goodness because I don't know how to beat the level. I've not beat one yet. So
right, because I have heard it's pretty brutal.
It's
in
pretty
mode.
flipping hard. If you're a demon group, then you are kind of whizzing around the map trying to freak out the human characters you're playing at, and you're summoning different enemies to go up against them, or you can do things like take control of a tree and just kind of like wave at someone to go and freak them out. And then at some point, if you can get like their fear levels up and the game has run so long, then you can take hold of a boss and then you can fight them as a boss.
I have a question.
Yes, Dan.
What happens if your fear level goes up?
So yeah, you have a health level, a stamina level, and a fear level. If the fear level gets too high, then the game is over. Your guy can't can't carry on going.
He just trapped himself inside out or something?
It's the same as a death if you lose too much health, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Not some terrifying bowel movement because you're so terrified.
No, nothing like that.
And you slip and fall on it. And then everyone points and laughs at you and goes, ah ha 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 ha.
It is a must-have for any fan of the Evil Dead series, I think. However, saying that, it is a very bare bones game for the release, although it isn't a 70 quid release or 50 quid release. Again, it's 35. And this will be an ever-evolving release until they're done developing or the license runs out, whichever's first. I'm thinking of it.
I'm willing to take a bet which one of those it's going to be.
Yeah, that was a shame. Friday the 13th, mate, like that was released in a very, very rough state, and then the license got taken away from them as they got it to a much better state. So this one, I don't think I've had any technical issues. I've seen cases of people driving vehicles into a tree and then being stuck there for the remainder of the game. Thankfully, I've not had anything like that at all. Seems to be more errors on the PC side rather than the console side, and playing this on PS5 works really well.
Shut your dirty mouth.
I know.
How dare you?
I'm not getting into the multiplayer so much because I've been trying to do the single player portion of the game, which is admittedly repetitive, but for a fan of the series like myself, is very enjoyable. You play different scenarios loosely based off the game. So beginning, you can you take place of Ash, still with 2 hands, spoiler alert, and you go off with a chainsaw and a shotgun, and you have to go dig up, is it Linda, the girlfriend that has been decapitated in the film. You got to go dig up her head and try exercise her corpse. And there's lots of kind of references to the show. Like there's the cabin. As you start off, you start off in the cabin. The basement trap door is chained up, but it's bashing about, and someone's screaming from below. And Linda's head, when you dig it up, she starts talking to you, and she kind of switches between Linda and Cantarian Demon, and even starts doing the kind of "we're gonna get you and we're gonna kill you," like starts doing all that stuff. Really, really good. Combat, you've got a mixture between melee and firearms. The shooting is surprisingly really well done in this game. The melee combat, bit hit and miss at times. You can find yourself like doing a powerful charge-up attack and just completely whiffing the character that you're trying to hit and getting attacked in the process. So it's better to kind of stick with short burst, quick attack type things to get through. But I really like there's a whole element of while you're fighting a big demon, because you can get little ones that you can beat in like 4 hits. And then you've got larger demons before you get to the bosses, and they can take either 4 hits of a shotgun or several melee attacks. And if they get too close to you and you shoot one with a shotgun, it's just going to completely cover your screen in blood temporarily while you wait for that to shift and kind of taking away from your view. So it's a very gory game, but not gory in like kind of torture porn style. It's more like the Evil Dead, where it's corn syrup everywhere and the creepy claymation and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of that replicated in video game form, and it's done very, very well. But yeah, I'm trying to play through the missions. Unfortunately, there's no save state to those missions, so it is once you are dead, start from the beginning and go through all the mission statuses again. So it's quite difficult to get through. But yeah, the game itself, I'm finding it very fun. It is one of those things you need to play with people on a voice chat. You need to know what you're doing, or at least have someone who knows what they're doing to guide you through. If you go in with 4 randos and you have no headset on and they all go off in 4 different directions, you're all going to die very quickly. You need to stick together
bless
in this
the internet.
But yeah, big team game. I think for £35 it is well worth it, especially if you're a fan of the Evil Dead. They are clearly going to build on this game and bring more to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this brings going down the line, because it is very fun. Evil Dead the game.
Lovely.
Those are the games we done.
Sounds like we actually had a couple of good ones this week.
Yeah.
From the ridiculously cheap to the surprisingly expensive. Looking at you, Mini Motorways on the Switch.
Would you like some very quick news?
Smack me round the face parts with it, Coleman.
Okay. I was intending to be these a little bit longer, but so first of all, we'll start off with the 505 Games Spring 2022 showcase, which they showed off 4 different games. You had Among the Trolls, Stray Blade, see if I can get this right, Eidolon Chronicle Rising, and Miyasuma Chronicles.
Chronicle Rising.
Yeah. Among the Trolls, interesting idea, survival game, set in Finland. Survive the night, trolls about, don't anger them, make your way through without upsetting the forest. Interesting premise. It's going to Steam Early Access some point this year. You can put it on your wish list if you so wish to do so. Ropey looking footage, I thought, but it's clearly still in quite an early state by the looks of it. Stray Blade, more your kind of fancy hack and slashy type game. Wasn't particularly interested in that. Eidolon Chronicle Rising, I think it's tied into Suikoden somehow. I have no idea.
Right.
Don't play any of those games. And Miyasuma Chronicles, that was the one.
Miasma
Chronicles. That was the one I was mostly interested in, although they only showed just a little cutscene pre-rendered type thing, so you didn't really see any gameplay.
Teasers.
But it's an idea of like you're a younger lad with a robot buddy and you're fighting bad guys, and I want to see where that goes because it's a good premise. And it's by the guys.
I mean, who doesn't like a robot buddy? Like everyone likes a robot buddy. Okay,
everyone likes a robot buddy.
Yeah.
And
unless it's the Terminator.
I mean, I'm assuming
it wants to kill you.
By the voice acting that the two are meant to be brothers because the robot is calling him a brother. I don't know if he's built as a brother or is the essence of a brother in a robot. I don't know.
A robro.
Robro.
A brobot.
Wasn't too. I was expecting more from the spring showcase, but it's their first one to do, and I actually kind of like this style where they just go, "Here's a couple of games, maybe." I mean, rather than Nintendo Direct going, "Here's the Nintendo Direct third-party presentation," and it's an hour of, "Here's a bunch of games you've already seen that are coming to the Switch," and everything is basically glorified advertisements. I like this when they go, "Here's one you might have been following but probably don't know about. Here's a couple you do know about. Here's something new we're announcing." Good idea. I'd like if PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo followed suit in a similar kind of way. Good idea, that.
Indeed.
Fall Guys. We know Fall Guys is coming out on the Switch and the Xbox Series S and X. Possibly Xbox One as well. Anyway, it's coming to all the platforms and it's getting removed from Steam and coming to Epic Games stores on June the 21st, but also it's going to be free to play, which...
Epic Games, the home of the microtransaction.
Well, I've told a few people, did you know, have you played Fall Guys? Do you know it's going free to play? The amount of people, I thought it was free to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always kind of had that air about it. Although I do appreciate what they've called the first season, and it's a really good... whoever came up with that free-for-all for Fall Guys, that is a good title. Well done. You deserve a biscuit.
So they're basically...
Just one.
I think they're in season 6 at the moment, and once we hit Saturday, when this comes out... No, Sunday, sorry. They're going to reset all the seasons and start afresh, which season 1 free-for-all, as you say, Dan. But if you're an existing player, then you get some DLC pack, costumes, kudos, all that kind of stuff thrown in to get you on your way. And there's going to be a premium battle pass for purchase now.
Because of course there is.
Part of the problem with Fall Guys is it came out free on PlayStation Plus as well, which I think is why a lot of the people think that it was already free to play. But yeah.
Yeah, I think the big problem with Fall Guys was not only did it come out on PlayStation Plus, but they launched on PS4 and PC. And then, was it 2 years after launch? Now they're coming to the other platforms. This game screams, I belong on the Nintendo Switch at launch. And at this point, like my girlfriend plays Fall Guys every now and then. I'll jump in to play with her a little bit, but I don't know anyone that's still
lucky her.
Really...
You cad.
I don't know there's anyone that's still really into Fall Guys, but I do see a lot of people chatting about it on Twitch still. So, on Twitter. So it's still got a following, obviously.
Well, I was going to say, I think it still gets
level.
I still think it gets a fair few plays on Twitch, although I'm not frequent on that. I think that's the case from what I see, as you said, on Twitter. And yeah, like it's not like the game has struggled for players. It's done quite well for itself in terms of having a lot out there and getting a lot from microtransactions as well. So I think it's done okay.
Yeah.
So there we go. So that's coming to just about every platform imaginable, and it's apparently got full cross-play and cross-progression. So no matter where you are, you can get your Fall Guys on.
Yeah, which that's one that's more exciting to my girlfriend, I think, because it means now if she could just, if she wants something to fiddle about with while she's watching TV, she could play it on the Switch and carry the progress over to the Switch on the handheld.
Coleman.
So that would be cool. Basically, like I used to use the Vita.
Why would you fiddle with me? I played Fall Guys. Go away!
I'm trying to get the Godzilla costume.
Well, I'm sat right here, but this is more fun. Leave me alone.
Ubisoft Plus is coming to PlayStation Plus, the new PlayStation Plus, when that launches.
Right. Plus.
Yeah, plus. 23rd of June, that is coming out in Europe and UK. 13th of June in America. There are going to be a selection of Ubisoft titles, which include Assassin's Creed Valhalla, The Division, and For Honor. But also, like the big full Ubisoft Plus subscription service is also coming to PlayStation at the same time as well.
So is this how EA Play works, like on Xbox Game Pass, where kind of there's like the diet version of it is what you get bundled in with with Game Pass? Will it be presumably that, but for PlayStation Plus?
I believe so. They're saying that Ubisoft Plus on the PlayStation Plus version will be a curated selection of popular games. So I'm assuming it is a dumbed-down version of their actual subscription service.
Just using the word curated in terms of limited, basically. It's just, yeah. We've pared it down a bit.
We've handpicked the ones where there's not much more profit to squeeze out the franchise.
Well, we think we'll get more out of microtransactions.
Yep.
I mean, to be fair, the PlayStation Plus lineup of games that they announced really recently, they need help. Because
yes,
they do. It's a bit lacking when you look at what Xbox is offering, as we have said from the start.
Again, and I know we've got more news to get through, but it does very much feel that Sony are pulling their punches a bit with it, I have to say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Microsoft bet the farm a bit because they had to bet the farm in order to turn the Xbox business around to a degree. But yeah, I don't know, it feels a little bit like they could have pushed it a bit more. They could have really dug deep and made the value proposition a lot better for gamers. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It will probably work out in the end.
It should be simpler as well. There should only be 2 levels, and they should have just rolled PS Now into a higher level and done that as the, ultimate level or whatever. But there shouldn't be 3 different levels. That makes it weird.
Well, I think the big problem when you compare the two is that Xbox went, here's Game Pass, also here's Game Pass if you want it on PC. Whereas PlayStation went, here's PlayStation Plus, here's another PlayStation Plus, and here's another PlayStation Plus. What do we get on PC? Streaming, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, if you want the Ubisoft Plus Classics collection, then it's going to be on PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium tiers.
Huzzah!
There we go. Skull and Bones may actually release also on the Ubisoft front. There was a...
That's crazy talk.
I know. There was a South Korean PC rating recently, which... That was filed on the 12th of May. Usually when there's a rating of a video game, it means that it's long enough in development that it might actually be planned for release some point in the near vicinity of future. If you don't remember, this was announced E3 2017 alongside Sea of Thieves, and it was meant to come out the following year. So we have now since... How many seasons are we in on Sea of Thieves now?
307.
Yeah, and we haven't had a single release of Skull and Bones. And I remember there was kind of a bit of discourse at the time of people going, wow, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Sea of Thieves is. And then when they showed it off at that E3, it doesn't really look like there's a lot to do. And there wasn't on launch, to be fair. And then a lot of people going, wow, Skull and Bones, a pirate game that's going to be online and available from the creators of the sea battles in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That's going to be the game. This is a kiddie game made by Rare. This is the adult game made by Ubisoft. It's like, well, where is it?
It's doing adult things. It's too busy putting the bins out is what it's doing because it's adult.
Adult things and Ubisoft are not 2 words that should go together, considering recent legal proceedings and what have you.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, that's an excellent point.
Moving
on.
A random latecomer to our headlines this week. This one's from Tim.
I just thought Dan would appreciate the headline of nothing else.
Well, as it's your news, Tim, you know what that means.
I think you should take it away, and I will be the judge of whether or not I find it funny. Thank you very much.
Well, I was going to say, it does mean that Tim reading news, that's basically news.
Hey! That alone is worth the price of admission.
Basically news.
And yeah, we should say that we've taken this headline from Eurogamer.com, so credit should go to them. But the headline is, Warzone players find XP glitch in King Kong's balls. Now that's quite a headline. Quite a gaming headline.
From what I've read of it, it's not in his balls. It's more that you're troubling his scrotum. It's not actually like you've gone inside. It's not like Inner Space where you've navigated through the blood vessels deep into the core of his testes to mine some sweet XP.
I mean, I will admit, I think the headline was King Kong's testicles. However, I edited it slightly because it does remind me of that. It's a thing in like British sitcoms where you catch the end of the joke and he's like, no, not King Prawn Balls, King Kong's Balls. Like,
Kong Balls.
So I thought I'd add that balls in there.
Okay.
So my favourite bit is that if you reach his blind spot, you can earn a continuous stream of XP by grazing his balls with helicopter
Well, we better
blades.
explain what this is. You're not just fighting, like, don't go out and look for King Kong because you won't fight him. There was, and I was meant to talk about it this week on the show, but new games came out and I didn't get around to it. Call of Duty Warzone, which none of us have played, but I'm always glancing at from afar to go, that does look interesting, but I refused.
Does it though?
Go get shot in the head.
New operation. Well, there was a new update called Call of Duty Warzone Operation Monarch, which is, as far as I can tell, Call of Duty Cross King Kong vs. Godzilla, the movie, where you fight on Skull Island while King Kong and Godzilla battle it out above you. And that really makes me want to play this game. And may I remind you, it's a free game. Why have I not played this yet?
So presumably, I'd imagine XP is what gates you to all the sweet, sweet loot that you want to get.
It stands for experience, Dan.
Exactly. Thank you. And experience, as we all know, is something that has definitely made your average Call of Duty player a lot wiser. So apparently there is a glitch to get XP by jumping in a helicopter and flying towards his swinging sack,
King Dong,
and grazing that scrote with the helicopter blades, and that will give you XP. Now, my favourite bit about it is that if you reach his blind spot, now, I'm not being funny. My blind spot probably is... You don't have to get close to my scrotum in order to reach my blind spot. I mean, there are easier ways to do it than, having an all-seeing scrotum or the presumed
all-seeing scrotum.
That King Kong's got an all-seeing scrotum, apart from one little bit between the ball sack and the butt.
That can't be the headline.
All-seeing scrotum.
We're going to get an age rating after last week.
There we go. So I have a question. Tim, since you're the one who brought this headline along,
That doesn't mean I'm any sort of expert in King Kong's scrotum all of a sudden.
No. I want to know. Okay, so if his balls are there, okay, are other bits of King Kong's? Is there a King Dong?
I only have the balls on hearsay. I have not seen any photographic or real in my face evidence.
You haven't had King Kong's balls in your face.
No.
You haven't been teabagged by King Kong. All right. Now I think you should go away and discover whether or not he's got the plums but not the tree.
That is not something I want to be googling.
I think you need to, mate. I think you need to. I mean, you brought this subject up, and I expect to hear an in-depth report on whether or not he's
perhaps our listeners can help out on this one. That's possibly better because I don't want to go on
it should be you.
The random
internet.
It
should specifically be you.
I don't want to take 200 gigs to download and found out.
It's going to be you. It's going to be you. You're going to do it, Tim. Okay? You're going to go there. You're going to get up close and filthy with King Kong's undercarriage.
This is online bullying, and I'm not giving into it. I will not acquiesce. No.
You're the one who brought it up, mate. You're the one who's like, oh, King Kong's balls.
I brought it up for your benefit, Dan.
It doesn't make it right. You're the one who brought it up.
And stop saying I brought it up.
Those balls
in association with
brought it up. You did
Finding King Dong. Thanks.
Balls
King
up.
Dong. Go find it. I think we've probably milked. Yeah, wrong.
We're not calling it King Dong.
Not calling it milk.
Just putting that out there.
So we're officially getting to the vinegar strokes of the news, so we probably ought
to. Filth.
What?
Utter filth.
I should probably finish the show before I continue talking more. Tim, help me. Do a t-shirt plug.
Oh, look, we were talking about monsters, and this Tabletop Tuesday thing t-shirt is appropriate because it is monsters battling.
Doesn't work on audio, Tim.
And a dragon.
Doesn't work on audio.
Well, that's why I'm describing it for the audio listeners. But yeah, a Cthulhu versus a dragon.
Standing up and away from the microphone, so it's of no benefit to anybody.
Oh, well, yes. Yeah, that's one thing. Okay. But yeah. T-shirt.
You idiot.
Yeah, and You can get a variety of t-shirt designs. This is one of the 2 Tabletop Tuesday ones. There's 2 variants of this. Coleman showed off one last week. This is the other one. And then, we've got a variety of other designs. We do have some more designs on the way as well. But yeah, if you want to have a look at any of the designs, and the designs are available on a variety of merchandise. There's t-shirts, there's hoodies, there's mugs. I swear there's other things I was trying to mention because there's things we haven't. Stickers. So there's lower price things. Stickers as well. And posters and other things and other bits like that. So yeah, go and check them all out. And you can do so over at tpublic.com/stores/BRB.
Good.
Is that right?
Excellent.
Good.
Now with a much easier to use URL rather.
That is good.
I almost resurrected Tiny Earl there by mistake.
And I'm not going back through previous episodes to change the link in audio and video editing forms. So
that's fine.
Sorry.
I was going to ask him. Please tell me they did a redirect.
I hope so.
I used the old link earlier today to show off some t-shirts to someone, and I think it was working. So I'm assuming that it's all fine.
Yeah, because it was a few days ago that I changed it. So yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it still works.
Good.
All right, there we go.
So either will work. That's even better.
So even better. So it's every week, as you know, we're trying to shine a bit of a spotlight on some charity activity, and I think there's just one quick thing I'd just like to draw everyone's attention to, and this, I promise you, this isn't a thinly veiled effort for me to talk about Destiny or Bungie. But they are currently...
Sure.
No, in all seriousness, they are in the wake of the really horrible events that took place in Buffalo, New York over the weekend. They are they've started up a campaign and their Black at Bungie Inclusion Club, where they're going to be selling a kind of a special pin, real life, genuine pin you can wear and everything, called the Be Heard pin. And all of the proceeds from that pin, sales of that pin, which are available in any country where the Bungie store operates, so UK, EU, US, and it's going to last for at least a year. And all those profits will go to the Southern Poverty Law Center, which is an organisation that is doing its best to kind of monitor hate groups and extremists on the internet, not just on the internet, but in real life as well, and really shining the light on kind of the terrible activities that these groups are getting up to, not only kind of online, but not in the press, but also where appropriate, reporting to law enforcement too. And I think it's a really great thing to be raising money for, because we all need to out people who just harbour hatred for others, and there's no place in society for people who all they bring is hate. And I think this is a really nice effort. And Bungie have done it before with other initiatives, supporting the LGBTQ plus community as well, and they've been very outspoken about that and raising money and drawing attention where attention is due. So do check it out, bungiestore.com. You'll be able to see the pin there. If you want to directly donate to the effort of supporting the families from who've been affected directly by the mass shooting in Buffalo, go to www.gofundme.com/c/act/buffalo-mass-shooting-fundraisers. We'll put a link in the show notes.
Yes, I will
Thank you
say,
very much.
If you're looking to buy the pin because it is a US store, there is an EU version of the store, but you have to pay more for the shipping to the UK. I ordered the pin myself last night. With the shipping, it comes to $22.32. I think that's pretty reasonable.
Pretty reasonable.
Yeah, you get a cool pin, but also with the pin, you get 2 emblems as well, and one of them being a copy of the Black Lives Matter, the fist with the lightning that you can have on your emblem in game. So genuinely, that made me go, maybe I should reinstall Destiny 2 yesterday. So
there we go.
There we go.
There we go. Well, I'm rocking. My Titan is currently rocking the Ukraine flag emblem, and is in full Ukraine colours, and that's how he's going to stay for a long while. So, so hopefully it'd be nice to have be able to represent other communities
Yeah, and I know we take the mickey out of Destiny and Udan and Bungie a bit, but I have to say...
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Well, we do, because it's fun. But also, just to say that they are doing good work at the moment, and that's 2 particularly good campaigns that they're shining a light on as well, so we want to shine a light on them, and good work. Well done, Bungo.
Good work.
Indeed. Right, I think that's it. We're done. Another show in the bin.
We got no questions this week, but if you have enjoyed the show and you wish to get involved somehow, you can go over to BigRedBarel.com where we have a comments section of this here episode. You can leave comments there, but also on BigRedBarel.com, we have a link to our Discord, our Facebook and our Twitter, which you can find Facebook and Twitter at BigRedBarel, and also you can find us on YouTube. There's a video version of this here podcast if you didn't know.
If you too want to see Tim standing up and pointing at a t-shirt, that's where to go. All right,
Stim, yes, good old Stimmy.
Good old
Stimmy.
Stimmy Tim Stimmy.
Stim of the dump.
Good old Stim Pack.
That's Big Red Barrel. I don't care what you do in your private life, mate. That's up to you. Big Red Barrel TV on YouTube. Of course, links will be available to all those things and anything that we've mentioned links to, such as Bungie's pins and any kind of charity mentions or the TeePublic store. They will all be available in our show notes.
One other thing of mention just quickly before we go. We've mentioned Tabletop Tuesday a couple of times this week, but there is a soft return of a Tabletop Tuesday coming up. I'll have more details next week, but we are having some creators come in.
You just need to tickle it to make it proper.
I am hopefully going to be along near the end of the month, this month, for a returning Tabletop Tuesday. So, as I said, more details next week, but just some early warning ahead of time that is coming up, basically.
Okay. That's good.
But you're going to be out and about.
Tim's going to be out with his feely fingers.
Hence the mask, see?
Old fingers Hibbs is at it again.
You can't argue because he had his mask on.
I know, right? Well, seriously, great investment, those masks.
Brilliant.
Anyway, right, we're going to go now. Thank you ever so much for listening and for downloading the show, if that's what you did, or for watching us on YouTube, if that's what you did, or streamed us through some other means, or indeed are sitting in the corner while we're recording this show, giving me weird looks. I should really lock my door. Anyway, we're going to go. So, we shall be back next week with more nonsense. You shall hopefully be listening to said nonsense, and all that really remains is for me to remind you that I have been Dan.
I might have been Tim.
I've been Chaos.
You're still Chaos.
Yep.
It's quite chaos.
Still chaos. Chaos is becoming awfully predictable.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, I'll definitely do a new one next time we record, which might not.
Won't.
Oh, by the way, we might not record for 2 weeks. We didn't mention that.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. About that.
Coleman needs to go holiday.
I'm being really selfish and going off to Barcelona.
Good.
Barcelona?
So you should be. Tim's threatened to edit, which means there might not be shows for 2 weeks.
Probably won't be shows. They're 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Right.
5-minute shows.
So that's never happening with you, Tim. Is this thing on?
The end.
That's what it would be. The end, exactly. Right. So if we're back next week, we're back next week. If we're not, we're not. But anyway, we'll speak to you soon. And there's another 490 episodes of list to catch up on if you're looking for stuff to do between now and the next time.
I'm sure it'll all be topical.
Yes, all of it, especially that episode 1, definitely topical. So, right, we're going to go. Thank you ever so much for listening. And until next time, dear listeners, toodle bye.
Your ears are quite welcome for the podcasting goodness that you just heard. Why not roll on over to BigRedBarel.com for more podcasts, news, reviews, and videos from the biggest, reddest site on the internet, BigRedBarel.com.
We're talking about Trek to Yomi, or Yomai, or Yumi.
No, I prefer Yomi.
Yomi?
But you can say it like that. Trek to Yomi. You can make it sound like a gap year. Army and talk with